I don't need the headset anymore, alright? Alright, now a garden measuring 12 metres by 16 metres is to have a pedestrian pathway installed all around it, increasing the total area to 285 metres squared. What will be the width of the pathway? Well, first of all, the first thing we can do is we can get the area of the garden. So the area of the garden is going to be 16 multiplied by 12. Can somebody tell me what that is?
192.
Okay, 192 metres squared, okay? So it's 192 metres squared. Alright? Now, there's sometimes more than one way to come at this, okay? So, what we could do is that's 192 metres squared. So, we know that's 285 metres squared total, okay? And what could happen here is you have 285 metres squared minus 192, and what you get there is
Whatever.
Calculator for me.
35 minus what? 192.
Minus 192.
93.
So it's 93, okay? So what we have there is 93. Now, a problem's going to arise now, okay? So what you're saying is this red area here, which I'm going to shade in seconds, it's just all the outer edge. Now, to get the area of this is going to be actually quite difficult, okay? So you can say that this one is a width of x, okay? Width of x. And how high is it?
16 plus 2x.
16 plus 2x. Now, what we're seeing here is this is going to be really difficult because we're going to have to break it up into like a couple of different rectangles and get the answer this way. Now, when you have something like this, it's overly complicated. This system, while we could do it, it's going to take a long time. Now, sometimes you got to look at the bigger picture quite literally, okay? So what we're going to do is we're just going to go back to the drawing board and go, before I commit to something that hard, I'm going to have another look at this, okay? And then what we can do is try it a slightly different way. So what we can say is, obviously not a circle, okay? But what we can do is we can just say something like this. There, we can actually use the full rectangle, okay? So the full width would therefore be 12 plus 2x. The full length would be
2x.
16 plus 2x. Where I'm getting 2x from is that it's x. Each width is worth x. You're told that in the question.
I get that.
So now it's 12 plus 2x is the full width. So if you imagine I drew around a green rectangle here, that's what I'm looking at. The full outer perimeter. Okay? So it's 12 plus 2x multiplied by 16 plus 2x has to be equal to the area of the full thing. So the area of the full thing, okay, is actually, it increases the total area by 285 metres squared. So actually what we did initially was wrong. What we actually have to do is it actually gets increased, the area gets increased. So excuse me, it's going to be 192, which was the original area, plus 285.
No, it gets increased to 2.
Oh, sorry, gets total area, increasing total area to 285, excuse me. Just quickly, just make sure that the language doesn't get you like you did me there a second ago. So it's going to be 285. The whole thing is worth 285 metres squared. Okay?
Yeah.
So therefore, what we can do next is we're just going to multiply our length by our width and put the answer equal to 285. So 12 plus 2x, 16 plus 2x equals 285. Multiply them out. 16 by 12 is 192. 12 by 2x is 24x. 2x by 16 is plus 32x. 2x multiplied by 2x is 4x squared. Bring over to 285 over the other side, you get minus 285 equals 0. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to try and make a quadratic equation out of this. So what we're going to get is 4x squared. 24x plus 32x gives us 56x. And finally, 192 minus 285.
93. Minus 93. Minus 93.
Minus 93. Now, to be honest with this one is, I'm not seeing that this is going to be easily factorized. The reason why it's not going to be easily factorized is because they're not all even numbers. So I'd recommend using the minus b formula for this one. A equals 4, b equals 56, c equals minus 93. We're going to put that into the minus b formula, and what we should get is minus 56 plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is minus 56 squared, minus 4ac, 4 times 4 times minus 93, all divided by 2a, which is 2 times 4. Now, once again, I'd recommend zoning in on the square root sign right away and just putting it straight into the calculator. So what we're going to get here is we're going to get the square root of 56 squared minus 4 bracket 4 bracket minus 93. And it's actually 68. Actually turns out to be an even number. So the fact that it turns out to be a normal number like 68 means we actually could have factorized it, but this probably would have been extremely difficult. Now, what is x in this question? X is defined as the width of, it's the width of the path. It can't be a negative number. So if you're going to get a negative number, it means you've gone wrong. So we can automatically rule out the minus version, can't we? It has to be in minus number, so that's not going to be the correct answer. The correct answer will be the blue part over here, which is minus 56 plus 68 divided by 8, which is going to give us 12 divided by 8. Therefore, the width of the path is 1.5. Okay? How would you check your answer? Remember that the length is 12 plus 2x. 2x is worth 3. It's going to be 15. The width is going to be 15. The length was 16 plus 2x. That's now going to be 19. 19 multiplied by 15 should give you your 285. And does it?
Oh boy, it does.
19 multiplied by 15. That gives you your 285. That's how you know you're correct. Okay, guys. Next question. The sum of the area of two circles is 106 pi squared, and I decided to draw a triangle. So we have two circles. I don't know what size they are. I'm just going to put them at two different sizes, and when we add them, we get 106 pi. Okay. Now, the radius of the larger circle is 4 longer than that of the radius of the smaller circle. Find the lengths of the radiuses. The whole point of this question is we don't know what the radiuses is. So let the small radius be x, or in our case we're just going to let it be r because we're used to the radius being r. Okay? And the bigger radius therefore has to be r plus 4. Go into your keywords, area, circle. Area of a circle is pi r squared. Okay? So therefore the area of the big circle would be pi multiplied by r plus 4 squared. The area of the smaller circle is pi r squared. When you add them together, you get 106 pi. Everything on both sides is being multiplied by pi. Therefore, we're allowed to cross off the pi's. This is because everything on the left hand side is being multiplied by pi. If you don't understand that, what we could have done was we could have factorized out pi. This is an extra step that you may not necessarily need. If you understand it, it's r squared plus r plus 4 to be squared plus r squared equals 106 pi. Then when you bring down the pi underneath, it goes over here and the pi's cancel, leaving the equation we have above. I'm going to rub that out now, that's to show you where it comes from. Okay? Now, what we gotta do is we gotta multiply out r plus 4.
Good morning. Today's announcements to the office, please. David Ryan at 4 Please to click
Okay guys, square this out, and what we get is r, it's going to be r plus 4, bracket r plus 4. We can multiply that out quite quickly. We're going to get r squared plus 4r plus 4r, and that is going to be 8r when you put it together, plus 16 plus r squared. Bring the 106 over to your side, minus 106 equals 0. What we're going to get this time is 2r squared, 2r squared plus 8r. 16 minus 106 is minus 90 equals 0. You could do the reference number right away, but what you'll notice is all of them are divisible by 2. Because they're divisible by 2, we can divide everything by 2. We'll get r squared plus 4r minus 45 equals 0. The reference number is minus 45. Two factors that multiply in will be 9 and 5. 9 has to be bigger because it's plus 4, so it's going to be plus 9 minus 5. Then we're going to get r minus 5, r plus 9 equals 0. The two answers are going to be r minus 5 equals 0 or r plus 9 equals 0. Therefore, r equals 5 or r equals minus 9. R cannot be equal to minus 9 because it's a length. Therefore, can have a minus number. Next one. A ball is thrown vertically upwards. The height is h meters of the ball. The height of the ball, t seconds after it is thrown, is given by h equals 36t minus 6t squared. Find the 2 times, correct the 2 decimal places. Correct the 2 decimal places means we're going to be using a minus b formula when the height of the ball is 18. All we got to do is replace h with 18. 18 equals 36t minus 6t squared. Bring it all over to one side.
6tx.
So you're going to have 6t squared minus 36t plus 18 equals 0. They're all even numbers. You can keep dividing by 2 until you can divide by 2 no longer. So you could have 3t squared minus 18t, I know, plus 9. Now they're all divisible by 3, and you can get t squared minus 6t plus 3. You have to do the minus b formula. I'm not going to have time to do it out, so I'm just going to tell you how to do it. A would equal 1, b would equal minus 6, and c would equal 3. Remember, time cannot be negative. Therefore, if you have 2 positive answers, that means you have 2 answers. In the question, it already tells us that you have to have 2 times. So remember, the ball goes up and it comes back down. Twice in its height, it's going to be 18 meters above the ground. Okay, so that's how it works. Any questions on that one? No, I'm not going to do the minus b formula. I'd like to get to number... Actually, we have no more, do we? 2 consecutive odd positive numbers, okay, are squared, and the results are added to give you 290, okay? So what you can say is, okay, let x be the first odd number. So let x be the first odd number, or the smaller odd number, as the case may be. So what is the difference between odd numbers? If I wrote down 1, 3, 5, 7, okay, the difference is 2. So if I say x is the first odd number, it's the smaller odd number, what's the next odd number?
What's the long range?
X plus 2. Okay? Now, let x be the first odd number, x plus 2 is the second odd number, okay? So, sorry, 1 second. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we have to square them first. So we're going to get x squared plus x plus 2 squared. We have to square them first. After we square them, we're told to add them. And when we add them, the result is 290. So what we're going to get here is x squared plus square this one out. X squared plus 4x plus 4 equals 290. What's going to happen next is we're going to have 2x squared plus 4x, and then we're going to have 4 minus 290, which is minus 286 equals 0. Next thing we got to do is we got to divide by 2, and we're going to get x squared plus 2x, and what's half of 248? 143 equals 0. I recommend using the minus b formula because I don't think I'll be able to factorize that. A, b equals 2, c equals minus 143. You're not to leave directly at the bell until I've done this and gave you your homework. Minus 2 plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is 4, minus 4 times a times minus 143. Put that into the calculator. Somebody gets it done quicker than I do. I get to end the class quicker. 24, which is perfect. Minus 2 plus or minus 24 divided by 2a. 2a is 2 times 1 divided by 2. Then you're going to get minus 2 plus 24 divided by 2, or minus 2
minus 1 plus minus 12.
minus 24 divided by 2. Now, there's two answers. X will equal 11. X equals 11. Wait where you are. Or x equals minus 13. Why is x equals minus 13 not an acceptable answer? No. It says positive odd numbers. So the smaller positive odd number is 11. The bigger positive number is plus 2, which is 13. Stop where you are.